My first interview. Very exciting. Hello, Robin. How are you?
Hi, I am amazing, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Um,
Sure.
so you and I worked together in August. I looked, it was the end of August. I can't believe it was that long ago. And was this your first experience doing hypnosis?
It totally was. I had never been hypnotized before. I had never seen anybody been hypnotized before except for in movies and things like that. So I was curious what it would look like coming from a professional versus something on stage that is like to embarrass people or something like that. So I was curious as to what it would be about and was very excited when you offered me the opportunity.
And what were you thinking going into that? Like what did you think when I asked you to do this? If you
um
wanted to try it?
yeah, I think one of the things was uh, I was interested to see what would happen with me. I was like, what things is she going to put into my mind? Like,
Mm.
am I going to have I have control issues? And so I was like, am I going to lose control of my thoughts? Am I going to lose control of who I am? And so I was a little nervous about that.
Okay. And that's like totally normal, which is why I wanted to do this interview with you
Yeah.
because there are so many misconceptions about hypnosis out there. And when I was just talking to my niece over the weekend and she was asking similar questions like, can you make somebody do something they don't want to do? And I was
Yes.
like, No, that's not what I do. You have to actually want to do it. So there's so many stereotypes out there, which is why I'm on my social media trying to really educate people to understand. And that's why I wanted you to do this interview with
Yeah.
me to kind of just give people an idea of what it really is. And so what did you think about actually getting into the hypnotic state? What did you think about that?
I actually was pleasantly surprised at how easy it was. And I was also surprised that I was awake. Like I legitimately thought I'd be like unconscious of everything. And so getting into hypnosis, I was like, man, that was easy and it was very relaxing. I think you have a great ability to have a very relaxing and comforting and safe space to get into hypnosis. And so I actually looked forward to it, especially after the first time. I was like, oh my goodness, because it is very relaxing and a very peaceful place to be.
What did it feel like for you physically? For me, I feel like a weight on my chest and my arms. That's like the physical sensation. What was your physical sensation?
Interesting. The physical sensation,
If anything, some people don't feel anything. I mean,
yeah, I have to think. I think the physical sensation that I would describe is almost like a pressure, but not in a bad way. It was like, yeah, kind of a heaviness, but it's almost like a weighted blanket. Like it's
yes,
actually comforting for
yes.
me. I
Yes,
don't
no,
know if
that's
that makes
exactly what
sense.
I would describe. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like a wave,
yeah,
I felt the same way and I've had other clients say the same thing. So that's
yeah,
kind of interesting. And I appreciate your kind words.
yeah.
Getting you over the fear is the one of the first things that we do. And I showed you that video that kind of explained what
Yes.
hypnosis was. Was that helpful seeing
Yes.
um
It definitely prepped me and put me in a space that I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm all in. I think if I had not seen that, I would have been a lot more hesitant to be as relaxed and willing to just listen to your words and follow the instructions.
Right, right. So before every hypnosis session, I give a pre-hypnosis talk to kind of alleviate those fears and misconceptions. And when I was working with Robin, you were one of my first clients. Thank you very much. And so I was using my teacher's video and I have my own in the works. So hopefully that'll be ready soon. But that's like the one of the biggest obstacles for people getting into hypnosis, actually going into state, is the fear. And some people use the word going under or going out. And like you said, it's not going out. It's not going on under. It's like completely focused. I almost think it's like when you take a test, when you're a kid, if you took a test and you were just focused on that test and you kind of blocked everything out in the room,
Yes.
that heightened
Yes.
focused ability that we have. So what surprised you most about our sessions? Because you got a lot of insights. I mean, you were like
I
my superstar client. I was so happy for you. You got so many
Thank
insights.
you.
What surprised you?
I was actually surprised because I went in thinking I had a certain issue. And that was kind of the underlying thing that was really stopping me from being able to release the weight that I wanted to release.
Right.
And I think just being open and trusting actually led me to a completely different insight. And I'll be honest with you and say I was a little nervous about the second session because it was an insight that just wasn't even on my radar.
Right.
And I was like, oh no, where is this? Where is this going to go? What else is it going to bring up? Am I going to be prepared? And I think the one thing that I learned in between the second session and the third session for me was to trust the process and just relax into it, and knew that you would not take me into a place that would like have detriment to me and my well-being, because there were some pretty intense things that we uncovered.
Right.
And so I think the benefit and the thing that surprised me is just trusting you completely to do what you've been trained to do, and allowing my mind and my body to just follow along. And that release at the end, like I can't even begin to explain. It was just like I took off 25,000 pounds of extra clothes and baggage that had been hanging on me. And I was like, oh, this is no longer needed. And it was very freeing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what a lot of us do, is that we go into a problem thinking we know the answer, thinking we
Yeah.
know what the problem is. Maybe we don't know the answer, but we know what the problem is.
Yeah,
But
totally.
really, if we knew what the problem was, we would have fixed it. Right? Especially with weight loss, right? Because you think it's, oh, I just need to eat this way, or I just need to follow this plan, or I just need to, stop eating cookies, or stop doing this, or stop doing that. And all that you can do for only so long.
Yeah.
And so I was so happy that you were so open to it, and that you were willing to go there, because the problems that you know, it's the problems you don't know that are still there. And sometimes we think we've cleared something up. Oh, well, that doesn't bother me anymore. And then all of a sudden you're in this heightened state and it comes up and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I didn't clear that up. And
Right.
yes, I see that over and over with my clients, where things that they think they've resolved, oh, that happened when I was a kid, or I haven't thought about that in years. And all of a sudden that's up and it brings up, oh, it makes so much sense. And I've seen that in my clients, and that's happened to me, where I've made connections with things that I was like, that's why I'm doing this all the time. Well, duh, that makes perfect sense, but I never connected those dots.
Yeah.
So
I think the other thing that surprised me was the amount of time that we went back. Like it was things that I honestly don't remember. I can't remember being that young. Or, it was very interesting and surprising that I was like, we just went there. And I, as a human brain, don't remember at that time in my life. So that was very surprising as well.
yes, I had the same experience. And it's what they tell us, that our subconscious has all of our memories in there, and the programs that we've been given by other people. And so as adults, we can go in and look at those programs with our adult brains, and we can kind of rewrite it, and get rid of all that erroneous thinking where we don't need the fear. We don't need the anger. We don't need whatever we're holding on to, all that baggage that you talked about that we've taken with us. And we realize, listen, I'm still alive today. I'm still going. And all those experiences actually made me stronger. They made me the person who I am today. And they didn't, I didn't need the fear, and I didn't need this, and I didn't need that. So that was a big part, I think, of your transformation.
Yeah.
Which I just love. I like get goosebumps every time I think about it, because you had such an amazing journey, and you came in for weight loss, but I think you got a lot more out of it. Would you say?
I would say that I am a pretty confident person, but I think the self-confidence that also came from this experience has even propelled me at a much faster pace, and like a higher pace, and just having confidence that I can accomplish anything, not just weight loss. I would say that one of the most memorable and impactful parts of the hypnosis journey for me was at the end, and being able to visualize like what I look like, where I was, and what I was doing. And that is so concrete in my mind that it comes to me when I'm struggling. I'm like, oh, that's just me getting to the top of this mountain that I visualize myself and my future self and what I'm going to look like and what I'm going to be. And so it actually excites me and propels me in such an incredible way that I'm like, oh no, I already know what this looks like. I know what the end is.
Right. So you don't need to try and muster motivation. You just already have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's just there.
And how much weight have you lost? Let's just.
Since you and I started, 24 pounds.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's in September. So
yeah,
good for you.
Yay. Yeah.
And it's so interesting because I think there's so many women like you and me, and we're so successful in so many, all the areas of our lives. There's like that one little, why can't I just lose this weight? Why can't I know how to do it. I know what to do. Why can't I just get it done? And it's a source of frustration. And like you said, you felt like the bags just came off and the weight just lifted, and it frees you up to do so many other things in your life that you might not even have realized were holding you back as well.
Right. And it was interesting. It was like literally this figurative weight, but it literally has now meant this physical weight being able to be removed as well. It's not needed. All this baggage and all these things that literally were dragging me down are honestly not necessary.
Awesome. And so you went through 5-Path, you went through the whole process, and we've done a couple of sessions just catching up since then. And how do you use what you've learned in hypnosis in your day-to-day life going forward? How does it help you continue to lose the weight? Because you've lost weight since we stopped working together. Like it's still going. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think some of the practice of just getting to a quiet place and being present with my thoughts, and allowing myself just to kind of get into a state of realizing where I am, has been super helpful for me. I am very fast paced. I just go, 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 go. And being able to be like, okay, I need to slow down and kind of take a look at what's going on, and literally getting into my chair and just being, and using some of the tools of just relaxing all of my body and getting into a state of being present has been one of the biggest gifts from hypnosis.
Awesome. Awesome. Anything else you want to share maybe with somebody who is on the fence and debating whether they should work with me or try hypnosis? Any words of wisdom for that person?
For me, I say trust. Just trust Lisa, trust the process, trust her professionalism, her training, her expertise. Like I said, I was a little nervous between the second and third session because of what did come up. And I just believed that it was all going to, come out and be okay. And so I can't imagine where I would be without it. I would still be holding on to things that I didn't know were holding me back. And so I would say if you want an experience to let go of things that you don't even know are holding you back, get with you. Get with Lisa, do some sessions, and kind of find out what is in that subconscious that might be holding you back from that next level of performance, next level of health, next level of life. Like Lisa's like that door opener for the next level.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. You are the rock star client. I'm so proud of everything you did because you did it. And
Well, thank
I just took you on
you.
the journey. Yes, I took you on the journey and you went everywhere that I asked you to go and then some. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
Thank
And I
you.
really appreciate you talking with me today and sharing so other people can. I have experienced it as well. And I want everyone to know about it now because I'm
Yeah.
like, look, there's this thing that actually you can get over the thing that's been holding you back, whether it's the weight, whether it's confidence, whether it's indecision, whether it's smoking, whether it's, whatever you think that thing is, you can get over it. And we're both like proof of that. So
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for, being willing to put yourself out there and, take on something that people are maybe not as knowledgeable about or aware about, and being able to bring this to the forefront as an incredible option to help you go to that next level. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay.